As Robin Williams said, politicians should wear sponsor jackets like NASCAR drivers. Then we would know who owns them. Be nice. That's not going to happen, is it? The leftists are relentless in accusing those on the right of being a threat to our democracy. What they never do, however, is explain what that threat is. In America, we have a constitutional republic for which we elect representatives through a democratic process. Once elected, unless accountable to their constituency, they control the show. The fact is, our so-called democratic process, at least for Congress, has been intentionally engineered over the years to favor the power of big money and special interests over that of we the people. That, my friends, is our biggest threat to democracy. This is because district size makes all the difference, and the system has been engineered to have large districts. It really is that simple. If you want to select, elect, and hold accountable a representative that you can actually interact with so as to be a known commodity as far as values and character, the smaller the district, the better. However, if you want powerful special interests to control the process, you want the district as large as possible so that all but a minuscule number of people actually know the character and allegiance of a candidate. While we the people are largely dependent upon paid advertising, a predominantly special interest dominated media, and brief but limited debate thrown in. That's the information we have to make our choice. To counter this tendency, the very first amendment proposed for our Bill of Rights was to set a maximum district size for the members of the House of Representatives. Jointly in 1789, the Senate and House agreed that the maximum House district should be 50,000 population. But that amendment was sabotaged by a changing of one word, causing it to no longer set a maximum, but instead a new minimum. This is the only one of the 12 proposed amendments that was never ratified, and we the people suffer because of it. Currently, the average population size for a House district exceeds 750,000 and keeps growing. So much for the House having a small enough districts to represent we the people. So what about the Senate? Originally, the state legislatures selected the 2 senators for their state. Members of the legislatures were elected by we the people in a generally democratic and accountable manner, and those legislatures selected their senators with a fair degree of care. This neat arrangement for the Senate was determined to be problematic by those who wished to control the process. So the 17th Amendment was sold as a more democratic process whereby each state is to elect its senators by a statewide popular vote of all eligible voters. Thus again, with such a large population, a statewide sized district, big money and special interests could all too often control the allegiance of who got on the ballot and who won. So don't be surprised that we the people aren't in control of our representatives, as all too many develop other allegiances than to we the people in order to get the backing needed to win. With small districts, there are many ways we can keep money and the lobbying industry out of the selection and election process. With large districts, it is not so easy, as big money is needed and special interests all too often control the show on both who gets on the ballot and who gets elected. So what type of democracy do you want? Small districts or large? Who owns your congressman or senator?